49ers have their Dwight Clark of 2020. You know, the 49ers receiver position is sort of unsettled with all these injuries, and the season kicks off in 2 weeks.
Garoppolo airs it out. Sanders downfield is overthrown.
Emmanuel Sanders was 5 yards short of making one of the biggest Super Bowl grabs in franchise history. Instead, 49ers' biggest deep threat from a year ago opted to sign with the Saints in the offseason.
Surgery went perfect.
Which is why Deebo Samuel's trip to the hospital in June for foot surgery was less than ideal. He had a breakout rookie season with over 800 yards and was an integral part of the running game.
And we're still hoping he can get back for week 1. So, no, I don't expect him back this week. We're still hoping on week 1, but not sure.
While Deebo should be okay, Jalen Hurd will not. Out with an ACL, back-to-back season-ending injuries for Hurd.
With the 25th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Brandon Ayuk.
But Brandon Ayuk is supposed to soften that blow. The 25th overall pick was praised for developing immediate chemistry with Jimmy G, but Ayuk suffered a mild hamstring injury in practice and has not yet returned.
You get frustrated a little bit when it happens, but it's just happened too much to me that over your career as a coach that it's just part of the game. So you can't sit there and dwell on it. You try to look at, was anything done wrong or anything like that, and not at all. Ayuk's been in great shape. He's working his tail off out there, and sometimes that stuff just happens going through a training camp.
The alarm has clearly sounded in Santa Clara. Since the start of camp, they signed 5 receivers off the street. Tavon Austin, J.J. Nelson, Jerron Brown, Rever Craigcraft, and Kevin White.
Every time we do bring guys in to help do that, we're hoping that we're bringing in some NFL players. You're not just bringing in legs, but you're bringing in guys that you want to work with, spend the time at, who have a chance to help our team.
And would you believe that Kendrick, Bourne, and Trent Taylor are now the longest tenured receivers on that roster? Taylor is finally healthy after missing all of last year with a chronic foot injury.
You could just feel it when he's out there, man. He's been making plays all camp, so very proud of that dude, man, what he's been going through, and he's just unfazed by it. He's back to his old self, so it's exciting to see, and he'll have an amazing year. I know it's coming.
Taylor was a 5th-round draft pick in 2017 out of Louisiana Tech. In 2 seasons, he has 69 career receptions, 645 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was expected to have a big year in 2019, but broke his foot in the preseason and ended up having 5 surgeries. Joining us now is one of the healthy 49ers receivers, Trent Taylor. Trent, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Yeah, good. You got to be chomping at the bit. 2 weeks to kick off, and you missed last season due to injury. How are you excited, fans or no fans, to get it started?
I'm extremely excited to get this thing rolling. Like you said, I'm just chomping at the bits, ready to get back on the field. I've never not played football for such a long period of time, so I've been waiting for this first game for a long time now. I'm ready for it.
The wide receiving core has been beset with injuries. Who exactly is Jimmy passing to right now during practice?
Dante had about 10 catches today in practice, so he's been balling out for us. KB, and we got a bunch of guys that can step up and make plays. I believe myself that I can step up and make a bunch of plays for this offense. So we believe in the guys we have in the room, and we're ready to take on the role, whatever role that might be for anybody in the room.
Have you reestablished your infamous chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, that came back to both of us within the first couple of days. As soon as we got back on the field together, we were talking. Everything was going smooth, and we're right back where we left off on the same page. So we're looking good right now.
How frustrating was it for you watching the 49ers go to the Super Bowl and not having the chance to contribute?
That was a tough one. I remember being on the field at the Super Bowl. It was a tough time for me to just soak it in. And and know that I won't be able to be a part of it because of something that I didn't have control over, an infection in my foot. So it was an emotional day for me, having to sit back and watch, that moment that every little kid dreams about, being there on that stage. And I just wanted, with everything in me, to go out there and play for my guys, play for my brothers, and especially watching us lose that, it just makes you sit back and think, like, what could I have done to help if I was out there? There's a bunch of ifs, ands, and buts in that situation, but you try not to think about it. You just got to keep moving, keep getting better, and get ready to get back on that stage.
Yeah, you were talking about your foot. That fracture and the infection required 5 surgeries. How's the foot now? Have you put it to the full test, and are there any limitations?
No limitations at all. I don't think I'm, running differently or cutting differently on it. I think I'm 100%. I don't think I'm holding back on anything, on any of my cuts, so I feel great. Emmanuel
Sanders certainly provided the veteran leadership on that football team last year. Who is stepping up in his absence, and do you think it's important to have a leader at all?
Yeah, I think it's real important to have those type of leaders, and I think guys like me and KB who have been in this offense for 4 years now, I think it's somewhat our time to step up and take that leadership role, that veteran role, because we're the most experienced guys in this offense in our receiver room right now. So there's a lot of growing up that the both of us need to do.
I know Brandon Ayuk has been sidelined with a hamstring, but what's your impressions of him?
He's an athlete. He's exactly what you want a receiver to look like. He's fast, long arms, big hands, just a playmaker. And so we just need to get him back out there healthy right now. And the more reps that he takes, the more comfortable he'll look out there. And I know he'll be a big playmaker for us. You can already see it in the couple weeks of practice that he got.
Okay, so say goodbye with this. I know you had a lot of fun with George Kittle in this. Who is going to be Jimmy's most targeted guy this season?
I think it's going to be me for sure. No question. I'll make it happen. If it's not happening earlier in the season, I'm going to have a talk with him too.
I'm going to interview George next week and get his opinion. Trent, I appreciate you taking the time. Stay healthy, and we'll see you on the football field on September 13th.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.